Hello, good morning or good afternoon. So, today I will be discussing the Module 3, which entitled Foundation and Requirement for Morality. And the objectives for this module. So, at the end of this lesson, you should be able to distinguish the difference between ethics and morality. Second, you'll be able to outline the significance of freedom as foundation of morality. And lastly, you'll be able to establish the role of reason and impartiality and sentiment in moral decision making. So now, let's define what is morality. So morality, it refers to the system of beliefs and values that ensures that individuals will keep their obligations to others in the society in and behave in ways that do not interfere with the rights and interests of others. Morality is influenced by culture, religion, and education. For one to learn it, it has to be taught directly or indirectly. It has to be observed in words and in practice. Better yet, it has to be experienced in one's interaction with other people. Okay, so first, i-base natin ito sa family upbringing. So karamihan sa mga moral values na alam natin ngayon is una yan tinuturo sa bahay. Kaya madalas din kung ano yung moral values na alam ng mga magulang natin, yun din ang sinusunod o ina-adapt natin. Pero saan nga rin ba nila nakukuha yon? So, syempre, sa mga magulang din po nila. Okay? Naipapasa itong moral values na to galing sa mga unang henerasyon. Say for example, may mga magulang na tinuturuan ng mga anak nila about good and bad karma or yung pagbibigay ng respeto sa mga matatanda or paggalang sa mga kababaihan at marami pang iba. Second, we have the law and order. So, madalas din na nabubuo o nahuhubog ang moral values ng mga tao based sa kung anong bawal o hindi bawal sa lugar, sa bansa o sa community na kinabibilangan nila. Tinuturing na mas mabait o mas moral daw ang isang tao kapag hindi nila ginagawa yung mga makamundong gawain. Say for example, yung pagkakaroon ng sexual relationship ng maaga, pagpapatato, yung recreational drugs, pagpapalaglag ng bata sa sinapupunan or having marriage with your same gender. So aside sa family upbringing, malaking factor din daw yung law and order ng isang lugar para ma-improve ang morality ng mga tao na nakatira dito. Okay? Third, we have the Bible. So, karamihan sa mga tao is naniniwala na ang morality ng mga tao ay nanggaling sa mga holy books or holy scriptures like Tanakh, Vedas, or Quran. Kasama rin dito syempre ang Holy Bible. Kasi in here class, andyan yung Ten Commandments, di ba? Wherein it state there na huwag kang papatay, huwag kang magnanakaw, huwag kang makikiapid, at iba pang verses tungkol sa kung paano maging mabuting tagasunod or tungkol sa kung paano maging mabuting tao, just like what is state in Ephesians chapter 6 verse 4 at sa Mateo chapter 7 verse 12. So there are a lot of Christians that says na kung wala raw ang Bible, gagawa na raw ng immoral ang mga tao like pangre-rape, pagnanakaw, at pagpatay ng kapwa-tao. Kaya importante daw talagang ang Holy Scriptures or mga holy books bilang source of moral values ng mga tao. Okay? So, yung tatlong sinayad ko as examples, yung law and order, the Bible, and yung family upbringing, ilan lang yan sa mga paniniwala or pinaniniwalaan at pinagbabasehan ng mga Christians ng kanilang morality. So, in other word, just remember class that our morality is adaptation. Okay? Namamana po natin ito sa mga magulang natin. Kumbaga, naipapasa po sa atin ito generation to generation. So, kung anong moral values ang meron ka ngayon, then therefore, yan din po ang ma-adapt or maipapasa mo sa mga magiging anak mo. Okay? Next. So, morality is defined into two kinds. We have the descriptive and the normative. But first, let's define first the descriptive. So, descriptive refers to personal or cultural values, codes of conduct, or social mores. It does not connote objective claims of right or wrong, but only refers to that which is considered right or wrong. So, descriptive claims are claims about how things are. Say for example, what color of socks I'm wearing or anong kulay ng medyas ang suot ko. So from the word itself class, it is describing, 'di ba? You are expressing or giving some information about how something or someone looks or sounds. Okay. So we're using words to describe what something or someone is like, 'di ba? Say for example again, you're describing how beautiful your girlfriend is or how handsome your boyfriend is. Or maybe you're expressing your feelings towards a specific person. Okay? Saying kung gaano siya kadaldal sa loob ng classroom, ganyan, during your vacant class. So that is an example of descriptive. You are describing. Okay? I hope you understand that. While on the other hand, we have the normative. So it refers to whatever, if anything, is actually right or wrong, which may be independent of the values or mores held by any particular people or cultures. Okay, normative, on the other hand, is about how the world should be. So normative claims are something like, if you see some kalat on the floor, you should pick it up. Or normative claim might be, if you see some trash on the ground, you should pick it up and put it in a bin. Okay? Or that you should not murder. So these are normative claim because it tells here kung ano yung gagawin mo. Okay? So that is the difference between descriptive and normative. So we have here the five levels of understanding morality. The first one is as law. So something that we have to follow, and if we do not follow, then there is a violation. For example, the Ten Commandments talk about norms and standards. Okay. So as stated there in our module, there is these rules na kailangan nating sundan kasi if not or if ever ma-violate natin ang isa sa mga rules na meron ng isang community or society na kinabibilangan natin, then therefore, meron iyong consequence regardless kung anong rules ang hindi mo sinunod or kung anong rules ang na-violate mo. Say for instance, yung hindi mo pagsuot ng helmet o yung about sa driver's license, 'di ba? Ang daming natitikitan dahil sa mga simple rules na hindi masunod-sunod ng karamihan. Or hindi kaya yung mga common issues or problems dito sa bansa natin, which is yung pagnanakaw, 'di ba? Yung pangre-rape, pagpatay and whatsoever. So once na na-violate mo lahat ng nabanggit kong examples, is you have to face the possible consequence of that action. Second, as inner conviction, someone that has to do with one's understanding of his or her beliefs. So in here naman, it talks more on about what you believe in or kung ano yung pinaniniwalaan mong tama or totoo. It is having an opinion or judgment about something, okay? Said for example, you're giving your opinion about this certain person regarding sa behavior niya na napapansin mo inside your workplace, or hindi kaya you're giving judgment about something. Okay? Next, as love. Morality is something that is relational, loving the other, God, and self. So, say for example, the Bible, di ba? It commands us to love, okay? It commands us to love the neighbor, not merely to respect or value them, but to love them. Okay? Next, as personal growth, something that has to do with one's personhood. Say for example, so, this one is the cornerstone of your life that is made up of your values, no? They control the decisions you made and set the course of your life. For example, yung mga decisions nyo about your relationships, ganyan, about your professions that you want in the near future, be it chef, teacher, ganyan, doctor, engineer, and whatever it is. And the other activities will be influenced by your values. Next, a social transformation. So morality is bringing about changes in society, something that has to do with social conditions. So it talks more on about sa kung ano ang status nyo sa buhay. Okay? Social status of your parents na pwede mong mamana as you grow older. For example, from reality television to the internet, tapos napunta sa popular films, and then napunta sa celebrity figures or artists. So evidence of social transformation and instances of class passing are prevalent in popular culture, 'di ba? Um, Famous examples of class passers include Britney Spears and Oprah Winfrey, 'di ba? Sila yung some examples of very rich individuals today. They challenge the ideas of ascribed status by birth, wealth, and education. Yun yung mga namana nila or nakuha nila sa kanilang mga magulang. Okay? I hope you understand that. Okay, so let's proceed to the next slide. So, where does our morality come from? So, syempre, unang-una, home and family. So, the home and family play an important part in influencing our moral outlook. Our parents were the first people to teach us the difference between right and wrong. So, sa pamilya or sa bahay nagsisimula ang lahat, 'di ba? When it comes sa mga behaviors, traits, and even our behaviors as a person, is nakuha natin karamihan ng yan sa family or sa bahay mismo natin, sa member ng family or sa mga kasama natin sa bahay. Okay? They play a big part in your growth. Ang laking factor ng family natin sa kung sino at ano tayo ngayon. Say for example, as children, we learned that it is good to share our toys or hindi kaya we learned to always tell the truth. Kaya as we grow older, yun yung palagi nating ginagawa kasi yun yung tinuro sa atin ng parents natin. 'Di ba? Yun ang alam nating tama. That's why yun yung ginagawa natin palagi. Second, friends and peers. As grow older, we begin to be influenced by others outside the home. Going to school, making friends, and mixing with other children our own age meant we encountered different types of values. Therefore, it can be said that our friends and peers also play an important role in influencing our moral outlook. So, assert that there is a connection between morality and friendship. It is indeed true, right? Ang laking part din po ng mga nai-encounter or nakakasama natin sa bahay or sa buhay rather, yung changes sa ating attitudes, sa ating values or morality depending on the people that surrounds you say say for instance, napasama ka sa mga taong mahilig tumambay, mahilig mag-skip sa mga classes, may mga bisyo, ganyan, at their young age, they learn to drink liquor and even manigarilyo, ganyan. Then therefore, mapupush ka na gawin or magaya yung mga ginagawa nila, lalo na kung hindi mo alam umiwas or hindi mo kayang iiwas ang sarili mo sa mga ganong klase ng tao to the point na hindi mo na namamalayan na yung dating inosenteng ikaw is ngayon pariwara na or masyado ng maraming ginagawa na hindi ka aya-aya. Or another example is, napunta ka sa mga mababait, masisipag, very active sa school, ganyan, approachable, and etc. Then therefore, yun din of course ang maa-adapt mo sa kanila. Okay? So just like what I've said, nakadepende po sa mga nakakasama natin ang changes sa ating mga sarili. Kaya it's up to you on how you'll be able to manage it. Kasi I believe hindi rin naman po natin mapipili kung sino ang magiging kaibigan natin, 'di ba? Pero syempre as time goes by, pagka may mga iba ka nang napapansin about them and hindi na siya good sa'yo, then that's the time na ilayo mo or iiwas mo na yung sarili mo sa kanila. Kasi, kesa naman sa may pagsisihan ka bandang huli, di ba? So, choose your friends wisely, okay? Hindi yung may mga backstabber kang kaibigan na magagaling lang pagka may kailangan o hindi kaya kailangan ka lang nila pag beneficial ka sa kanila. Okay? Masakit pero totoo. Char. Next, religion and church. People's moral outlook is strongly influenced by the religion in which they have been brought up. Many young people go to schools with religious ethos where they are educated in their faith. Okay, so ayan, isa din nito. Ang laking factor din nito sa ating morality and values. Depending on what religion you have, but hindi ko po inaano ang ibang relihiyon ah. What I'm saying here is, you are educated in your faith. Kumbaga, when you go to schools or kahit saan man yan, you always bring with you your good manners, which is good, 'di ba? Most especially sa mga kabataan ngayon, kayo, most of you is hindi na i-apply ang mga magagandang asal. Okay? Mabait naman kayo sa bahay, but when it comes to school, parang nawawala. 'Di ba? For example, sa pag-greet ng good morning or good afternoon pagka may nakakasalubong na instructors, ganyan. Awan, 'di ba? Wala. Labasan nyo lang sila or dinadaan-daanan nyo lang sila, kaslada lang aso nga simbrak iti faculty or para silang mga aso na pumapasok sa faculty, ganyan, hindi nila alam mag-greet, hindi nila alam parang mag-show ng respect sa mga nakakasalubong nilang instructors, ganyan. So, iyan yung mga nanonotice ko. Hindi man lang makapag-show ng respect towards their instructor. Okay? So ito, reminder na lang din po no since we are talking about behavior or attitudes kasi kahit hindi nyo po sila subject teacher, show some respect. Greet them pagka nakakasalubong nyo sila sa daan, ganyan. Kaya it's a big part rin talaga kapag ang pagkakaroon ng religion at ang pag-attend ng church kasi doon lalo na i-improve yung pag-uugali ng isang tao. 'Di ba? Next, society and state. The state plays an important role in deciding our moral outlook. Okay, so indeed, tama ito. Nakadepende din talaga sa kinabibilangan natin society ang changes natin sa ating mga sarili. Like, if ang nakikita natin sa isang society where we belong is good, then therefore, yun yung alam nating acceptable. Okay? Ngayon, kung pangit ang mga napapansin mo, then therefore, yun yung magagaya or gagawin mo kasi yun yung majority na ginagawa ng mga tao na kabilang doon sa society na yon. Okay? Lastly, we have the emotions. We can be influenced by our emotions to behave in certain ways. So, regarding sa emotions natin class, hindi lang siya palaging in positive ways on how we react on a certain situations or scenario, 'di ba? There are instances in our life wherein masyado tayong nadadala ng bugso ng damdamin natin or ng emotions natin to the point na nakakagawa tayo or nakakapag-decide tayo without thinking thoroughly. Nadadala tayo ng galit natin, ganyan, ng hatred or whatsoever. Kumbaga, mas umiiral yung emotions natin when we make decisions. For example, nadiskubre mong maiba yung boyfriend mo. He is cheating and you know, may instinct ka na maiba siya pero pinapabayaan mo lang yun. Kasi alam mong hindi niya kayang gawin yun not until inopen mo yung account niya. And then there, you saw everything. Nakita mo lahat. Nag-entertain pala siya ng iba while committed siya sa'yo. Kaya ikaw, galit na galit ka sa mga nakita o nabasa mo to the point na you took a screenshot sa lahat ng mga conversations na yon, sorry, and then na nabasa mo, and then you post it on your SOCMED or on your social media. Nakatag at special mention pa doon yung babae. See? By that kind of a specific situation, we tend to do something actions because of our emotions, because of the anger na nafe-feel natin. 'Di ba? Next. So, here's the difference between ethics and morality. So, Greek, which is the ethos, customary behavior, theory of right action and the greater good, systematic study of the underlying principles of morality, generally refers to the systemic study of the rightness and wrongness of a human action, the science of morals, provides systems of moral principles and the reasons why these principles are valid. So, just like what I've said in the previous module that we tackle, ethics is more on about the custom of a person, di ba? Ito yung characteristics po ng isang tao. Okay? Take note that ethics is external rules. Okay? It may be vary between environment, so it depends sa kung anong environment meron ka or sa kung anong society or environment ka nabibilang. Well, sa morality naman or sa most sa mores which is ang plural form, sorry, customary behavior, practice, rightness or wrongness of human action, prescriptive, tells us what to do. Generally, understood as the rightness or wrongness of a human action, refers to principles of right and wrong behavior or rightness and wrongness of human action. So again, nakadepende po ito sa ating mga magulang, okay? Sa kung anong morality or moral values meron sila or kung ano yung alam nila na naipapasa or maipapasa nila sa mga anak nila. And take note class that morality is personal principles, okay? It can rarely change depending on the people who you surrounded by or kung sino-sino yung mga nai-encounter or nakakasama mo. Okay? Again, pag sinabi nating ethics, it is also known as external rules, while sa morality naman, it is also known as principle or personal principle. Okay, so morality in today's generation. In a globalized world, um, I will not read this one, no, I will just explain it. Okay, so education, religion, and even culture have an impact on morality. So, it must be explicitly or implicitly taught. Dapat po itong naituturo, okay? Nakikita in action and in words. And even better, experience through social contact for one to learn it. Para matutunan po nila yon. So, some parents kasi or some guardians is nagre-rely na lang minsan sa school to instill moral values sa kanilang mga anak. Eh dapat sila mismo or sila dapat rather ang mag-instill or magturo nun sa kanila, 'di ba? Sa parents kasi dapat yun unang nakukuha or natututunan ng mga bata at madadala nila yon sa school or kahit saan man sila mapadpad. Hindi lang din dapat sinasabi na ganito, ganyan. Dapat you know how to apply it to yourself. Kasi mas maganda pa rin yung nakikita talaga in actual ng mga bata yung mga sinasabi mo. Not just in words, but also in action. 'Di ba? Kaya ang dami mga bata or kabataan ang may bad behavior kasi hindi sila masyadong na-guide ng kanilang parents. 'Di ba? So, it's so important na maturuan at matutukan ng mga bata sa kanilang moral values para as they grow older, habang lumalaki sila, madadala at magagawa pa rin nila yung mga positive attitudes or traits na yon. And possible, may pasa at may turo rin nila yun sa mga magiging anak nila. 'Di ba? So, requirement for morality. Reason and impartiality. What is reason? The foundation of what is ethical, the sole ground for determining the good, functions as the very effort to think through moral principles and apply what he or she knows to get to the right thing to do. The power of comprehending, inferring, or thinking especially in orderly, rational ways. So reason, kapag sinabi nating reason, syempre, every human being has a feeling. We all know that. Alam natin yan. We all have emotions. So, syempre, in here, kalakip ng ating responsibility when it comes to our feelings is the reason. The reason behind it. So, having a responsible usage of feelings when it comes to decision making is kasama yung ating reason. Okay? So, emotions and reason always come hand in hand. Hindi lang naman dapat feelings yung pinapagana natin. We need also to use our reasoning, or we have to listen to the reasons that we have to that certain kinds of situations or events. Next, what is impartiality? So it simply states that no one is above or beneath any standard when making moral violations or valuations. This tracks from moral personal whims when doling out judgments. From a moral standpoint, people should not be treated differently if there are no truly good justifications to do so. Okay, so on the other hand, we have the impartiality. It involves the idea that each individual's interest and point of view is equally important. Ito yung nagwi-weigh in or tumitimbang sa ating reasons. So when we say impartiality, class, it is fair-mindedness or even-handedness. So through impartiality, nalilesen yung mga biases na sinasabi natin when it comes dun sa mga reasons na meron tayo. Okay? So, the determinants of morality, we have the act in itself, the motive of the act, circumstances of the act, who, what, where, with whom, why, how, and when. So, human actions are categorized into three things, and these are the act in itself, the motive of the act, or the intention, and the last is the circumstances. So, kapag sinabi nating act in itself, class, ito yung mismong action na ginawa mo. Okay? While the motive or the intention is ito naman yung layunin or objective mo dun sa action na gagawin mo and yung circumstances. So, tatandaan natin na ang primary consideration whether your action is good or bad is the act in itself. Okay? Depende sa natura na act na ginawa mo. Now, if the act is good, we will now look into the motive or intention of the person who did the act na kung maganda yung intention mo, then we will now look into the circumstances. Ganon din po kapag ka masama yung act na gagawin mo. Same process, okay? We will look also to the motive of the person and will proceed to look onto the circumstances. Now, human act. So, characteristics of human act. It must be performed by a conscious agent who is aware of what he is doing of its consequences. It must be performed by an agent who is acting freely, that is, by his own violation and powers. It must be performed by an agent who decides willingly to perform the act. So, those are the actions done intentionally, free and deliberate of a person. Ito yung kagustuhan mo or will mo to do something either good or bad. So we have the kinds of human act, we have the elicited acts, voluntary uses of understanding and will. So it is a will act began and completed in the will without bodily movement. Kumbaga, ito yung kagustuhan mo, ito yung intention mo or yung consent mo. Okay? While on the other hand, kapag sinabi naman natin commanded acts, ito yung it is perfected by the action or mental and bodily power under the control of the will or so to spread under orders from the will. So, kapag sinabi natin commanded act class, it is the body-mind acts which are done to carry out the elicited acts of the subject. So, under ng command acts, it has three types and those are the internal, external, and mixed. Okay? So, when we say internal class, ito yung acts that is done by the Okay, again, kapag we have the three types of command acts. We have the internal, external, and mixed. So when we say internal class, ito yung acts that is done by the internal mental powers. Okay, kumbaga, it is done by the mind through the command of the will. And on the other hand, pag sinabi naman nating external, it is the acts affected by the bodily powers under the command of the will. While in the mix naman, ito yung acts that involve the employment of bodily powers and mental powers. In short, it is the acts done by both the body and the mind. Okay? We have the classifications of human acts. The first one is moral. So it refers to the actions which are on conformity with the norm of morality. Okay, so it is said that every human person has inherent and intrinsic morality. All of human actions are driven by morality and by means of those actions. So as a person can be identified as moral, immoral, or amoral being, but what is the difference between these three? Okay, so let's go first sa moral. So, a moral person is a person who knows the difference between right and wrong and chooses to do what is right. Okay? So, to put it simply, it is generally a person whose character reflects the good and act accordingly to conscience. Okay? So, it is not just someone who is religious, but rather it is a person who exhibits moral values like being trustworthy or honest, respectful, fair, caring, and with social conscience and responsibility. So, moral persons consider the well being of others and all life forms in everything they say or do. Take note, kapag sinabing moral, good act siya. Okay? It is in accordance to the dictates of right reason. On the other hand, an immoral person is the one who knows what is right and wrong but chooses to do what is wrong. Okay? To put it simply, class, something that is immoral reflects the evil or bad. An immoral action can be defined as a violation of a rule or code of ethics, either objectives or subjective. Okay? A conscious telling of a lie is an immoral action as well as a murder, rape, adultery, stealing, and the like. Take note kapag sinabing immoral class, evil act po siya. It is not in accordance to the dictates of right reason. So, distinguishing between moral and immoral person is quite easy. However, a moral or a morality is a bit tricky. So, an immoral person is said to be without sense or principles and said is incapable of distinguishing between right and wrong. Hence, an immoral person cannot be judged by criteria or morality because they are neither moral nor immoral. Specifically, who can be considered as a moral individual or what actions would fall on a morality, okay? So, to further understand the concept of moral or amorality, it is a person who does not know the difference between right and wrong. And take note, class, na kapag sinabi nating amoral, indifferent act po siya. Okay? Acts that are neither good nor evil. Or evil, rather. Okay? Again, pag sinabing moral, good act po siya. Immoral, evil act po siya. Amoral, indifferent act po siya. Okay? It is either good or evil. Now, the human act versus the acts of human. An act carries with it moral consequence when the agent exercises his intellect and will in performing the act. These are human acts. An act is not moral or immoral when it is accomplished without knowledge or deliberation. These are the acts of human. Okay, so when we say human acts, these are the voluntary actions. While in acts of humans, these are the involuntary actions. Okay? So when we say acts of human, nauuna yung gawa bago yung isip ng tao. So these are the actions without proper faculty of reason. And pag sinabi naman nating human acts, ito yung mga ginagawa ng tao. Yung kilos ng isang tao na nagmumula sa kanyang will or kagustuhan. Kumbaga, andun na yung pahintulot ng kanyang pag-iisip. Take note that acts of human and human acts are two different things. Okay? Acts of human are processes that happen naturally in the body without a person's being conscious about them. For examples ng act of human are breathing and beating of the heart, 'di ba? Meanwhile, human acts are acts that require the creation of choices and usage of responsibility of a person. For examples of human act are telling the truth, 'di ba? Going to work, finishing your homework, giving money to the poor, returning a lost item, and so much more. Okay, so that is the difference between human act and act of human. So we have here the issues concerning man's morality, abortion, contraception, divorce, euthanasia, homosexuality, pornography, sexuality, and cloning. And here is the summary for this module. Morality should not be limited in our words or thoughts alone, but may it overflow to our actions, behavior, and treatment to other people regardless of race, gender, belief, age, education, or socioeconomic status. Morality defined at home is the same morality developed in school, church, community, and media. In this module, the important role of freedom, as postulated by Immanuel Kant as foundation of morality, was discussed, and so were those of reason and impartiality as a requirement for morality. So, as usual, class, before I end my discussion, let me just leave with this quote by Mahatma Gandhi. Morality which depends upon the helplessness of a man or woman has not much to recommend it. Morality is rooted in the purity of our hearts. So that's the module 3. So that is the discussion of module 3. And again, thank you for listening and I hope na pinapanood nyo po hanggang dulo itong recorded discussion na to kasi kasama po ito sa prelim exam natin. Okay? So again, thank you for listening. Goodbye.